Hi guys, after a very long gap, I am coming with a new topic called as advanced communication skills. Yes, this is a very interesting topic. Without wasting time, let us have a look on it. Okay, introduction. In order to be a successful businessman in this life, we need to have some key skills. One among that is communication skill. Yes, of course, we need a communication skill in order to communicate effectively. So this advanced communication skill will take you through this route. Okay, let us describe it. This advanced communication skill is described as an art of effective way of communication, which can be either inborn or majorly it is an acquired trait by proper and consistent practice. Yes, practice makes the man perfect. You all know that. So, like this advanced communication skill can also be developed into yourself by proper and consistent practice. See, proper, this word is very important. You must do anything in a proper way and consistent way so that we could succeed easily. Okay. A line separating the communication and advanced communication. Yes, there is a slight difference between the communication and advanced communication. The communication is an art of sharing the ideas from person to another person. Yes, it is the way of conveying the ideas from one person to another person. Then, what does the advanced communication mean? Effective communication is the innovative, rich way of sharing the ideas from one person to another person. Yes. For example, you can get a normal chocolate ice cream from any ice cream shop. But when you go for Ibaco, you are given with choco nuts and choco sticks, etc. It's a presenting in a different way. Although it's expensive, it is very tasty. So its effective communication is also expensive in thought way. Okay, in your thought, it's expensive. Okay, this is a little bit cheap thoughts. Okay, but it's not a wrong way. But if you give it in an effective way, it will be a good one. Okay. Okay, a quick short form communication. First thing we must have in our mind is that communication is not a one way process. Yes, exactly, it's a two-way process. I mean, the sender and receiver must have a clear idea of what they receive or send. This is the bitter truth, but many of the person are not following this properly. Whatever we are having in your mind, we are just conveying like as it is. We don't have any idea that whether the receiver have received it or whether he understood it or he's just like hearing or listening. There is a difference between the hearing and listening. Hearing is that you're checking that your ears are working or not. Listening is that you are cleanly observing what they are saying. So try to listen to the surrounding for at most time. Okay, for example, when you are not reciprocating your surrounding, you are deaf. The process involved in communication. Eight processes involved in the communication. Yes, source, message, encoding, channel, decoding, receiver, feedback, and context. Yes, having a look on it, it's like the electrical and the communication engineering paper. Yes, but this is a truth too. That is the eight process involved in communication. You can just go ahead. Source is nothing but, for example, in this video, I am presenting the concept and I am the source. Okay, I must have the clear idea of what I am sending, for what for I am sending, and what the reciprocation I need from you. Message. The material which I am showing in the display is the message. Encoding. The process of taking a message and transferring it to a person you want to share. For example, you are the my person I want to share. So I am conveying in English, whichever way you can understand it easily. Okay. For in the encoding, there are two processes. First process is that I must be clear in what I'm going to convey. I must be clear in advanced communication skills, and I must encode it into a proper format. I must give it in a proper English way. Mainly, I must know that whether the message sent by me is decoded by you. For example, I am sending it in English. Whether I must knew that whether you all knew English. Um, you may ask me a question that I am watching this video, I don't know English, but see, if it is a live session, I will ask you whether you know English or you don't know English, whether you know only the local accent which I use here, so that I could convey in that accent. Okay. Fourth thing, have this in mind. This is very important point, guys. Have this in mind. Cultural, regional, linguistic diversity may also have a worse effect in communication. Yes, of course, this will lead to lack of communication. Okay, fourth one, channel. Channel is nothing but tool. For example, I am using the laptop in order to convey this. Decoding, the process of receiving and sent message and understanding what has been sent to you. This process involves in your side. You are just receiving what I have sent, and you are just having a look what I have sent, what I'm trying to say or what I am trying to convey, and then analyzing whether it is clear or not clear. Suppose if it is not clear, you can just have a comment in the comment box. Receiver, you are the receiver, of course. Feedback. This is the last part. This is a very effective part, because net result of what I have done from the above 6 one, I'll get it here. For example, if it is not clear, you'll say not clear. If it is good, you'll say good. So this shows the result of the communication. Context. The entire 7 process is holded by a single box called as context. Nothing. It's all mixture of all things. Okay. Verbal and non-verbal communication. Yes, verbal communication is nothing but this includes the words used, tone and accent in which we speak, and the body language. Yes, to be practical, only using words will be very boring, and we will not make the receiver to engage themselves in communication. For example, some of them don't like the theoretical classes. The teacher will go on speaking. Although she is speaking, she feels that everybody will listen and everybody will understand. But when you go near the last benches or even the first benches, sometimes they'll be just like feeling that they will be just hearing, they will not be listening, as I said before. Okay, the non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication is the way of communicating that involves in the process like what tone or accent the message have been conveyed and what kind of body language they have used. Yes, what kind of body language they have used. For example, sometimes without the words, we can just convey a thing. For example, by raising our eyebrows, what's going on there? I used to say that what's going on there in a way of raising the eyebrows. Sometimes we used to be anger, we used to show some sorts of signs using the hand. Okay, but have a look on the this region in this PPT. Having a right proportion of both verbal and non-verbal way of communication will lead to an effective communication. Yes, having a right proportion. It's like an cooking a dish. In order to cook your favorite dish, you must have all sorts of ingredients in the right proportion. If something goes wrong, then the taste will not be good. Like that, communication also required both verbal and non-verbal in a proper proportion. Okay, a deep dive into the communication process. In this, we are going to look at detailed manner how the message is created in our brain and how it is transferred, the information, and how do the receiver brain receives it. Before starting that, we need to know about the new term called as internal mapping. What does it mean, internal map? See, this internal map, you can have a look at this picture. It's like internal map, you are visually seeing the internal map of yourself. Okay. Internal map is the process that happens inside our brain when we receive a message from a person either in the form of verbal or non-verbal form. During this time, the brain will automatically give response to the message as the message might be already familiar to our brain or even it might react to the message depending upon the visual received by the brain. Yes. Internal mapping is the default internal process goes on with you. The brain will have some store will always store the experience what it have received before. Almost it will store. If it doesn't store, then you have short-term memory loss. Okay, main inputs to the brain. Visual input, what we see. Auditory input, what we hear. Kinesthetic input, what we touch or feel or sense. Acoustic input, what we taste. And olfactory input, what we smell. Sorry, guys. Now, the brain will process the message in three ways, namely consciously processing, unconsciously processing, and ignoring. Yes, filters in our brain. Generally, there are many filters in our brain, but all these will be lead our brain to move the message into the following three categories. Yes, although there are many sorts of filter, it will categorize one. The brain will categorize the message into three things: delete, ignore it, receive the message, and delete it. Okay, this is not required for my person, so I am deleting it. Brain will do the same. So this what in this process. The meaning of the information will vary or change depending upon the person. For example, I have an idea. I am conveying it. Some may take in a positive way, some may take in a negative way. It depends upon their brain. Generalize in this, depending upon the previous experience, the information will be considered and will be responded. For example, previous time, if I have mentioned something harshly and saying the same way politely in the next time, will also convey to the brain that he is speaking harshly. Okay, everyone will have a unique filters in their own brain. This one's upon the individual person. Okay, it's an individuality. It's a unique character. Okay, the reaction of brain varies with the following values. If we value something high, then we respond to it very quickly. For example, if I love car, someone speaks about car, I will keenly listen to them. If someone is speaking about the vegetables, I don't listen to them. Okay, belief. There are nothing. Belief, just it's a belief in our mind. Okay, for example, when we believe someone, for example, I believe my mentors. Okay, when I believe my mentors, whatever they say, I will listen to them. For example, some of the person say, let's say that trespasses in our life. For example, we will stand in a bus stand and some elder person will speak something else. We will start to advise something to us. I will never hear to that. Past experience, yes. Suppose if my mentor is not good, then I will not hear him also. If he give me a good experience in the past, then surely I will hear him. Sorry, once again. Since it's December, it's very cold, man. Okay, four, prejudices. This is also happening depending upon the past experience only. This is also a way of stereotyping. Stereotyping is categorizing that these people are like this. Okay, categorizing a group, they are like this. Okay, this is called a stereotyping. Have a don't open your eyes and see that what is stereotype. Okay, this will not be a good approach in all cases. Sometimes it might work. Yes, for example, when we see a poor person, we will see that he is not educated. But sometimes even poor people are very much highly educated. It's exactly to say, don't judge the book by its cover. Okay, it's called as a best example for this prejudice. Feelings. This is divided into two categories depending on the feel you have internally. For example, when you have a good time, you will communicate effectively. When you have a bad time, you will not communicate effectively. Depending on the feel you have internally about the receiver. For example, when I have a good opinion about the receiver, I will listen to him. If I don't have a good opinion about him, I will not listen to him. Environment. For example, although the favorite person is speaking in the mic in front of you, if you have some sort of distortions from your environment, then you cannot listen. This is the real truth. So, environment also influences the factor of communication. Okay, internal representation. Usually, our brain processes the message in VAK, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic order, and gives us the result. Although language has a predefined system which was created by us, we still may lead our conversation into a misunderstanding one. This is due to two common reasons, namely misinterpretation or not using adequate words to convey the message. For example, being too short in your conveying of message will lead to an lag in communication, or you're conveying something in a wrong way, it will also lead to a wrong communication. Okay, each person will have different representation system, and some will wish to learn by having the demonstration, some will have affinity to hear, some will have take notes, some will practically do that. So there are visual type, auditory type, and kinesthetic type. Okay, what are the verbal clues and some other thing that our brain do? See, in this the heading is given here. For change, I have given in the below one. Okay, and don't have any confusion. By analyzing the words spoken by the person, we could categorize them whether he or she is V type or A type or K type. V type is visual, A type is auditory, and K type is kinesthetic. For example, when she used a large amount of words, she is, for example, auditory type. She be used to hear or learn something. When someone have a look on some picture and say that visual type. When someone want to do that thing and then feel that one, they are K type. Okay, what is visual recall, reconstruct? Visual auditory recall and reconstruct kinesthetic is that visually we are recalling in our brain and constructing a new way. Oh, this will happen like this. For example, when I say that imagine an elephant, visually you are just imagining how we have seen an elephant auditory way. It's like hearing the elephant sound and feeling that okay, elephant will sound like this. Kinesthetic is like riding on elephant. Okay, this is the different things that our brain do. Okay, building a rapport or trying to hold on synergy. Synergy is that synchronized energy. This is the combination of two words. Having synergy may even feel superstitious to many. The six major steps to feel synergy is that matching the physiology. Yes, of course, using the same kind of word language, their voice. For example, when you're dominant, your voice will be high. Matching the breathing pattern, yes, of course. Some will have a deep breath, some will have a short breath. So matching on the deep breathing pattern, matching on how they deal with information. Some will convey the information in very short manner. Some way convey in a very large manner. Some way convey in a proper manner. So depending upon their way, you're just conveying the information to them. Matching common experience, yes, of course. In for example, many of will have this feel. When you will meet some person or they will be your friend, you'll say that we both have same wavelength. It's like matching their common experience. That's it. Powerful rapport level. Apart from all, there is one more concept called as reframing in my mind. So it's like a positive renovation of the sentence. For example, I have given a example renovate one. If you don't work hard, you will lose this match. This is the normal sentence. The powerful rapport level sentence will be like that. If you put some more effort, you will lift the cup. Yes. There is a convey of a sentence in both positive and negative way. Positive way is will build a more powerful rapport level. Okay, guys, we came to the end. To complete this video, I'm going to say this sentence. Don't be hasty, instead be calm and cool while communicating. Yes. Instead of conveying something in a very hasty manner, convey it in a cool, calm manner. Automatically, the receiver will try to respond to you, reciprocate you in the way you want. So, almost large. Advanced communication is that don't be hasty, instead be calm and cool while communicating. Okay? Thank you guys. We'll meet you with a new video next later.